Rich people and corporations do not avoid government intervention.
Socialism in our country. America was founded on liberty and independence and not government coercion, domination, and control.
They literally pay people to shape government action in their favor. That's what lobbying is. Corporations hire lobbyists to influence tax law, regulations, contracts, permits, subsidies, and loopholes. And somehow that gets called capitalism and it's excused. But when workers form a union, or when a governor says working people should not be bled dry by rising rent, healthcare costs, childcare, and grocery bills that are getting higher and higher, suddenly that gets called socialism. Consider what that means. Government intervention is normal when it protects wealth, but it only becomes controversial when it protects working people, poor people. And to be clear, I am not defending waste. Fraud is real. Bad programs should be fixed. Bill Clinton's 1996 welfare reform is a useful example.
A long time ago, I concluded that the current welfare system undermines the basic values of work, responsibility, and family, trapping generation after generation in dependency and hurting the very people it was designed to help. Today, we have an historic opportunity to make welfare what it was meant to be, a second chance, not a way of life.
A Democratic president did not eliminate cash assistance for families who were just laid off or poor families. He changed the rules around it, adding work requirements, time limits, and more state control. You can believe people need help and still believe programs need rules, but we need to stop pretending government intervention only exists when poor or working class people get help. Government intervenes when corporations get tax breaks. It intervenes when 38 states offer special tax incentives to data centers. It intervenes when farmers get crop insurance, subsidies, and disaster aid. And yes, it intervenes when it fixes the pothole on your morning commute. You do not empty your savings account to fix that road yourself. We use public money because some problems are too big for one person to solve alone. So the question isn't whether the government intervenes. It already does. The question is who government intervenes for. And if the argument is that corporations deserve help because they create jobs and wealth, let's be honest about that too. Corporations do create jobs. They also cut jobs, offshore jobs, automate jobs, and buy back their own stock. S&P 500 companies spent $249 billion buying back their own stock in just the third quarter of 2025. Over 12 months, buybacks hit a record $1.02 trillion. Okay, they're creating wealth for themselves. That's not money going to wages, healthcare, childcare. That's money used to reward shareholders and to support stock prices. So yes, corporations create wealth, but they do not create it alone. Workers create wealth. Consumers create wealth. Public roads, schools, power grids, courts, and tax laws help create wealth. So when a corporation gets a tax break, we call it economic development. When a billionaire benefits from tax law, we call it investment. But when a working family needs healthcare, food, childcare, or shelter, suddenly it's dependency. That's not a serious argument against government intervention. That is a selective argument about who deserves help. Basic human needs are not waste. And working people are not parasites in an economy their labor and spending help create. So next time somebody complains about those damn socialists wanting government help, think about who's getting that help.